Hi everyone, my name is Toby,
And I'm Tammy.
and this is Totally
Totally
on
on
Brand.
brand.
I'm excited oh god, I've been looking forward to this topic because I've suffered in this Nigeria. Have you noticed that when I moved to Nigeria and started a business here was when I started obsessing over money coming in? Do you notice that when I don't know, personally, like you're not tracking your bank account every
Mm-hmm.
second, but
Mm-hmm.
in Nigeria, credit alert. Don't now say I've seen the alert. Me too, I'm now join them. I'll now ask my husband, baby, where's this alert now? Or like when customers are paying, the sign
Oh
of alert gets
yeah.
me excited. And
Yeah.
personally, I don't know if that's normal because as a business owner, I
Mm-hmm.
genuinely believe revenue is vanity and cash flow is the most important. So
Mm-hmm.
I found myself obsessing over revenue so much being a
Mm-hmm.
business owner in Nigeria. And I've
Mm-hmm.
had to teach myself that, darling, that means nothing. Where is your cash flow? And what's your cash flow saying?
So I personally, and the thing is, I was thinking about your industry, right? Your credit alerts and debit alerts are constant, never ending, which is why I personally cannot own a business that requires, because I would just have
Timmy, over
anxiety.
350 transactions
No,
a
I'm sorry,
day.
I can't do that. But you know what you just said about revenue being vanity. So in the business I run, marketing agency, your credit alerts are a little bit spaced out, right?
But they're
But they're
hefty.
higher, right? They're
Yeah.
big ticket. But do you know the anxiety of expecting a credit alert 6 months ago when the economy was at X and now it's at Y? So you now get that credit alert and you're like, oh man, but the money is not the same.
It's not as big.
It is not as big. And then, so there's always that anxiety tied to a credit alert, whether it's every day or every month
Fair
or
enough.
once a year, because you don't know what's going to come in. And please don't even get me started on those credit alerts that are just like banking fees or back transaction
Oh
fee.
my God.
Just taking up my data and my
Yes.
phone space. Like,
No, but
don't
this is why
don't
today is
send
so
those.
exciting
Yeah.
because our topic today is how to
How?
sell to
Mm-hmm.
Nigerians and the psychology behind what it means to have a business and sell to each other.
Mm-hmm.
We have a guest. I'll
Yes,
let
we
Tammy do the
do.
honors.
We do. Okay, so our guest for today is somebody who can speak to the psychology of selling and credit alerts. He is a techpreneur with a background in computer science, market intelligence, project management, and sales. He is the co founder of PiggyVest and the CEO of Pocket App. He recently wrote a book called Credit Alerts, which, of course, aligns with our topic today. And it's a guide on how to sell to Nigerians in a way that actually works. So we're excited to really get
I
into
want to
it.
hear it because, and
Yes.
I hope you're bringing all the gems today because everything you say today, I'm going to go apply it and I expect my alerts to go up.
Okay, you guys sit down, pen, paper, everything.
Ready?
Welcome, Ayo Akinola to
Ready.
Totally on Brand. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. First of all, the way you introduced me now, my head was swelling. I was like, is that me? Is that me? The way you were saying it was so fresh. I was like, oh, wow. But thank you guys so much for having
Yeah.
me. I'm excited to be
Okay.
here.
Happy
Will you
to come.
tell the audience a bit about yourself, who you are, what you do, and what inspired this book?
Um, okay, so I'll start from the last point, which is what inspired this book. I wanted to, and this is me being honest, right? I wanted to go back to my roots,
Hmm.
right? So s- I love sales. Somehow people run away from sales and marketing. I run to
To it.
Mm,
sales and marketing because I love to talk to people. I love to hear what your needs are and then try to give you a product or a service that will solve or meet that need. So, and before Piggy Vest, what I used to do to eat, my daily food is I would train businesses, small businesses,
Wow.
around. I'll train their staff on how to sell, how to, especially retail businesses, right? How to
Wow.
upsell, how to sell to customers, how to, things like that. So I would go around. I had my modules, you know. That was way before PiggyVest. This was when we're trying so many different
You set up the
things.
modules yourself as
Oh
well.
yeah, yeah. So I just put the modules together, went, I shopped around, sold myself, and
Mm.
that was basically how I started. Uh, that's the genesis of this, really. And fast forward a couple of years after, I really wanted to go back to that,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, okay, my goal is to build 1 million Nigerian business owners who can compete globally.
mm,
Right,
Ooh.
that was my goal. Um, then I was like, okay, maybe I'll just do a master class. And well, how many master classes do I want to do before I hit 1 million people?
Mhm.
So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to put all these things together into a book. And yeah, that's when, and I had an amazing team that helped me put together from the cover of the book,
I really like the cover.
yes, to the illustrations in the book. It was beautiful. I enjoyed writing it. I wrote most of the most of the book for about 6 months.
Mhm.
Yeah, but then I had all these modules that I just put together. So it was really fun. And yeah, here we are, ready to learn.
It's
Amazing.
amazing.
And
Yeah.
what is your, so I know your background is in sales, and obviously when you were introducing yourself, you
Mhm.
went from, you took us back to the genesis of
Mhm.
I love selling,
Mhm.
hence this book. What's the gap in between? Who are you and what do you do?
Okay. My name is Ayo Akinola, and
Mhm.
I'm a techpreneur. Before, well, I'm in fintech, right? PiggyVest, Pocket App, but I stumbled on finance. Finance is not my background. Computer science and sales, yes. So before PiggyVest and Co, did so many different products.
Mm.
Between when I left school in 2012, I attended Covenant University. Shout out to all the Eagles.
No,
Uh,
Covenant, you guys, that school
mm,
actually produces some. I always hire from Covenant. So I'm actually taking a trip
Thank
there
you.
soon
Thank you.
to
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
speak to
I
their
mean, the school,
dean.
the
Yeah.
school, the school has pe- people talk about the school in some certain
Not the
light,
school, the students.
but
Yes,
yes,
are good.
but the school, if you go to Covenant, you have to let Covenant pass through you too. Once you do that, you come out flying. It's
I
it's
think I think the common denominator amongst people that went to Covenant is you have a sense of discipline
Yes.
that possibly other schools don't emphasize. So
mm,
that could be when you said you to let Covenant pass through you, I understood that immediately. But there's a sense of discipline, so
yeah.
that's why you
And
tend to
there's also
be.
excellence. So everybody I've hired from Covenant
Mm,
have lasted long with me. They've been good at their
mm,
job. They're good leavers. They
mm.
almost,
Mm.
I don't know what it is. It's almost,
you
you haven't
have
had the same
you have
experience. I'm
something
on
It's
my
else
not
to say.
even.
fourth
It's not
one.
even the people you hire. It's just experiencing people from Covenant,
Fair
Mm.
right?
enough.
So, but it's one single running thread through all of them is the discipline.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a
Shout
segue.
out to
Yeah.
all the Eagles.
Uh,
So it was that between. I've always been an entrepreneur at
mm,
heart. In 100 level, I was a photographer.
mm,
So what I would do was, babes would come out to go to service and they would dress up looking nice. And then there were these, old school photographer guys, they would take your picture and they would print. We're very few that knew Photoshop.
mhm.
This
Mm,
time there were no filters. There were
so
very
you
few.
help
Yeah.
them use
So what I
Photoshop.
did was I went to go and beg my popsy for a printer.
Mhm.
So I'll take the picture, go back to my room, airbrush it.
Mm.
Right. I'm sure if you see it now, you'll be like, "What is this?" But it was a thing then.
Back then,
Airbrush
yeah.
it, come back, sell it at the same price to them. So I was very popular doing that. Then fast forward, I had a clothing line. At some point, I got expelled from school. Let's leave that aside.
We're gonna gloss over that.
But yeah, then in my final year was when I met my co-founders.
Mm.
Right, we were in the same room, stabbing classes together. And
Mm.
yeah, something would be under the bed when we're supposed to go, we'll be coding, and we would always just build stuff, and try to get it out there to people. So that was that. Fast forward, 2012, Piggy
So
vesting.
interesting.
Piggy Vest didn't come until 2016. Between then, it was maybe like 10, 11 failed products. Well, products that taught us a lot,
Mhm.
Mm.
right? So it was that. Then yeah, then we're here.
So I think what intrigues me most
Hmm.
about, I mean, obviously you'll tell us a bit more, but the book itself
Yeah.
is really, or what we're discussing today is really about the psychology of selling.
Yes.
And from listening to your story, not only have you been extremely industrious and entrepreneurial
What
for
quite
for the
longest
longest,
time, yeah.
Mm,
yes, you also, I would say, probably listen to what people want.
mhm,
Right? The example of the airbrushed pictures
mhm.
is you just gave them what they wanted, so you
Yes.
understood what they would pay for.
Yeah.
So tell me why, and obviously, Toby had touched on the Nigerian factor, but
Mhm,
why is the book called Credit Alert?
mm.
And what are we supposed to be taking away from it immediately
Okay.
if we don't even open it up?
Okay. So, the book teaches you the easiest way to sell to Nigerians,
Mm-hmm.
right? The way Nigerians think, what makes them bring out their money, and what makes them choose you every single time.
Okay.
The title, though, Credit Alert, I didn't want a book that sounded like all your business books out there. I wanted a
Mm-hmm.
book that sounded like a novel as well,
Mm.
right? And then, I came up with Credit Alert, and shout out to Peaches. Peaches is my designer. He came up with an amazing front cover that
I
just
really
sells it
The
like
as
it.
well.
Yeah.
concept
And
immediately.
anybody that picks up the book would instantly be able to tell what the book is about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Everybody wants that steady credit alert,
Mm-hmm.
right? So as a business owner, any form of business, whether you do services, you sell
Products.
products, whether it's FMCGs
Mm-hmm.
or it's high ticket sales,
Mm-hmm.
or products or services, once you open from the first page, I guarantee
Mm-hmm.
that you will not be able to put it down until the
Oh,
last page.
Hmm.
okay. I love
There's so
that.
much gist in the book.
Oh,
Wow.
I love
Do you
So
that.
know,
much gist.
like, I love hearing you say that because over time,
Mm,
being an entrepreneur in a developing market has turned me into two things
okay.
very quickly: a constant saleswoman,
Yes.
but on the flip side, a constant buyer.
Mm,
Because psychologically, I'm almost in a sympathetic, understanding, clear position when I see other businesses, because I'm like, you need to sell to do
mm,
well.
mm,
So this is how I'm going to interact with you. I will also give you
mm,
my money
mm,
because I'm also desperate for people's money for my
mm,
businesses.
mm.
Would you say that this is a natural cycle, or have we all become the target of strategy
That's
from your
fantastic.
experience?
And I would answer with an experience of mine. When we were trying to push a particular product in the Abuja market, right? I went to Abuja, I spent about 3 months, and I worked with a lot of um, lifestyle brands,
Mm.
from people doing amazing candles and to your clubs and your lounges. Now I'm going to tell you about the clubs and the lounges, and that will bring me back to the
I'm
point.
very interested in that one.
So you know how we would go out to these restaurants and things and lounges and so, but we are coming from the consumer side, right? We
Mm-hmm.
go, we sit down, we want to be treated nice and all that, and you'll be able to relate because I was working for them, right?
Mm.
I was working for them. I was like almost like an ad hoc staff, or when somebody comes in, what I'm thinking is, I hope this guy is going to spend money today. Oh. It's like, yeah, you
Mm-hmm.
dress up, you buy for, oh yeah, oh yeah, order, order, order. That's what I'm thinking. So that I'm thinking from the business
Side of
Mm.
side of
things.
it now. I want that credit a lot. It's not about the serene.
Mm-hmm.
So that touches your point.
Yes.
So I guess we are privileged to be able to experience it from both angles. So
Mm.
you can empathize,
Mm-hmm.
right? So yeah,
Interesting. Tell me, what do you
what do you think?
think? Do you think we're a product of strategy, or it's just the natural cycle that we are, like I said, we're now privileged to be in because we build businesses
Mm-hmm.
and we also experience businesses, or is everybody now a target of capitalism?
So that
I
actually
need to know.
that actually brings me to my next point, because as you were talking, I was just thinking, it's funny, like when you are on the side, like especially in your type of industry, when you
Mm,
are on the side of a consumer but also a business owner,
Mm,
you tend to think quite differently. But
mm,
either way, the credit alert is a very important part of that
mm,
interaction. I think
mm.
personally, outside of those situations, I do think that without knowing it, everybody is a victim, not a victim.
okay, fine. I'm being
Everybody,
dramatic. Not a
everybody
victim.
is everybody is being targeted right now. And then, see that
Right.
we're living in such a unique time, honestly. Like sometimes I have having conversations with my dad, and it's very hard for him to understand how consumerism has taken over everything.
Everything.
Right now, we're talking about marketing strategies, we're talking about what we're doing, we're talking about books that are helping us. But at the end of the day, brands have also become very sophisticated. The way they reach us, the way they target us, the way they include us. And we all now buy passively. We were talking about this earlier. We're all buying passively now. I don't know that I need something, but I'll see an ad and it looks good, so I'm going to buy it. Also, they have like, what is the word now? Democratized access to buying. You are not just buying because you have money. Because Temu or Timo, how do you pronounce it
They've
now,
now
my
even
dear?
brought it to every
Anybody
level.
can buy anything. Anybody can buy anything. Once you have an internet connection and a phone and a card, you can buy anything. And even then, there are ways around those things, right? You can go to internet cafes, you can use your sister's phone, your brother's phone. So for me, it is almost like we are actually, yes, victims
Interesting.
of
I
like
like that.
strategy and marketing.
And thank you both. That actually really helped me. I want to ask you a question before we kind of drill down
Mm-hmm.
into Nigerians. From your experience, would you say buying, selling, and the idea of money exchange between businesses, consumer, B2B, however way you analyze it, do you think it varies across different continents, regions, or okay, no, let me rephrase this question. Do you think the way we buy in this part of the world differs greatly to other parts of the world? Essentially, do you think buying and selling is unique to different regions? And how would you explain the difference from a Nigerian perspective?
Mm. Thank you very much for that question. You all know.
I did think.
um, so yeah, I mean, there's some countries that you can say are similar, uh, but then infrastructure allows for some things to happen in places where it can happen in other places. For example,
Mm,
in the West, you have a very, very robust credit system
Mm,
mm.
that allows you to spend. In Nigeria,
mm.
it's cash first.
Yeah.
Nobody's coming to tell me any. If you even want to hear like a mortgage, for example, right? Maybe 1 year. I mean,
Mm.
there's some government mortgage, but I don't know, you can't really do much. Shout out to
Mm.
Nigeria. I love you guys. Yeah, I love Nigeria, but so the credit system allows for some things to happen,
Mm.
there that can happen here. You will see there are broke people buying some
I
things.
see
You
what
see,
you
you
mean. So
drive by,
that
you get
affects
to
the
the traffic light,
psychology of
you
buying.
see, yeah, you see a Lamborghini, but that guy is paying through his nose every month, on his notes. Here, if you see a Lamborghini, you know the guy paid cash, right? Or he stole
Mm.
it. I don't. Yeah,
Yeah.
one or
The truth. No, it's
Yeah.
true.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
yeah.
just
Yeah.
stole
So
it or paid
yeah,
for it.
so
Yeah.
it's different in a way.
Mm.
And psychology of Nigerians. How hmm, see in Nigerians, we're a very, very unique set of people.
Very.
Nigerians, let me not say Nigerians, we will go to a party. Oh, Amber,
Mm-hmm.
we will go and buy money with money so that we can
Mm.
spray the money
Oh.
Oh,
at a 20% or 30% markup.
Mm.
How do you explain that to
financially.
someone else?
Mm.
You
Wow.
can't
Mm.
explain
Hold
it.
on. Let's even break that down
Yeah.
Okay.
again. Wait. We'll buy money at a certain percentage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We'll, with money, we're
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
buying money with money at a
Mm-hmm.
certain percentage to
Mm-hmm.
give it away.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So, how do you financially capture that? What expense is that?
So for me,
Mm.
I've
I am
always
laughing.
I've always thought that was the most ridiculous thing. But you see,
Mm,
it's also for me, that's also about like perception. Like I don't this is not really about spending, but it's
mm.
also about
Timmy, why you
perception.
say ridiculous first? Did you not spray you on
Because
your wedding day?
no, I mean no,
Did you
girl. No,
dance?
listen. What I mean is that it is about the perception of the sprayer. Because
Mm,
surely I can only be spraying you with new notes,
mm,
As
right?
well.
So
mhm,
already I want you to know that I'm a big spender, and I'm
mhm,
Mm,
only spending crisp notes.
mhm,
So
crisp.
that's why I'm going to take 200 naira to buy 300 naira to
mhm,
spray you and, and
mhm.
and give it away. So basically, I've spent my money
Yeah.
at a markup, and I've just
Giving
it's a
it away.
sunk cost. I've just
Yeah.
thrown it
So
Yeah.
on a
perception.
bride.
that brings
Yeah.
us back to what you say
The
about the
psychology,
difference.
the
Yep.
difference.
Yep.
Yeah.
Culture
Yeah.
is also a very big
Exactly.
thing.
That
Culture.
perception is tied directly to
Yes,
culture.
culture is also a very
Yes.
big thing.
Yes.
See, leave Nigerians. Don't worry.
Oh,
No, let's talk
we're
about
such
it.
an
Oh, we
interesting we're
have to
such an
talk about
interesting case
it.
study,
Yeah.
like as
That is so
Nigerians.
interesting.
Yeah.
So essentially, what we're saying is that we buy the things that influence as Nigerians. They're
Yes.
Yes.
all that innate things,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
tangible and intangible,
Yeah.
that
Mm-hmm.
influence how we
Our
buy.
buying
Yes.
decision. Yes.
Yes.
Hundred
Okay,
percent.
so I let's talk about it.
Okay.
Why do Nigerians buy?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
So we've
what?
talked about perception.
Yes, reputation is
Mm-hmm.
obviously one of them as
Mm-hmm.
well.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think people buy because they want you to know they can?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah.
absolutely.
It happens.
But what is that
Definitely.
psychology? What is it? Is it poverty mentality? Because for me, when
Mm-hmm.
I I always used to tell people casually that I have poverty mentality.
Mm.
Now I said that more from the perspective of growing up and not having. You're looking, "Ah, I can't wait to have this. I can't wait
Mm.
to have this."
Mm.
Meaning, the moment I have the money, it's going to be very hard for me to think of saving first. I'm going to be
Mm.
honest with you because
Mm.
I've been having the desires
Yeah.
of things I wanted. So,
Mm.
unfortunately for me, when I first started having money, I first of all needed to look good because
Mm-hmm.
all my life I had been looking at all these women that
Mm-hmm.
looked good.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I used to describe my poverty mentality. And
Mm.
people would always stop in their tracks that why would you say that about yourself?
Mm.
Mm.
And all I was trying to explain to them was that right now I'm not being wise with money
Yeah.
because I'm trying to first acquire the things I dreamt of
Yeah.
first that
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
absolutely useless, but
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I want it. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
me too, I want to feel
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
like I now have it.
Yeah.
And
So
people used to stop.
mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So is that why people are buying or is it slightly different?
So you mentioned why do Nigerians buy, right? And you
Yes.
answered one of the questions immediately. And I think Nigerians are very aspirational people,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
right? So you look to people who have what you
Mm-hmm.
don't have, so that
Mm.
when you start having, the
You're
first
going
thing
straight.
exactly. And
Yeah.
we can actually we can tie this
Okay.
back to, this is a stretch, but not really. Bear with me.
Mm-hmm.
You could tie this all the way back to colonialism,
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
right?
Okay.
Because people came to our country and told us what we needed.
Yeah.
I don't know that we
Mm.
needed. I mean, obviously we need shoes, but you
Mm-hmm.
understand what I'm trying to say. They
Yeah.
came and
Mm-hmm.
told us what they needed. Now, if you obviously filter that through modernization, industrialization, and
Mm-hmm.
now
Mm-hmm.
we are here where
Mm-hmm.
we are,
Mm-hmm.
we are still having people abroad tell us what to do and
Mm.
what to like and
Guys,
what to
Mm.
we
buy.
used to eat organic meat. These people have come and told us we need cured
They've
meat.
told us we need matcha. They've told us that we need, no, I'm telling you,
Not matcha.
It's
they've told us that
true.
we need
Mm.
cream cheese, and they've told
Yeah.
us that we need, do you understand? So
Yeah.
that psychology, by the time it is
Mm.
replicated across sectors and industries and
Mm.
socioeconomic like
Yeah.
So it's down to
levels,
aspiration and perception.
next thing, somebody in Nigeria is buying a cyber truck, but
Mm.
do our roads
No.
encourage
Mm-mm.
that kind of vehicle?
Mm.
So it is definitely aspirational. That's one of the, just to
Fair
answer
enough.
one
So
of the
that's
ones, is
one
aspiration.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
aspiration.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Perception.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Ayo? What do you think? Why do people buy?
I mean, the obvious thing is need, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want,
Ooh, I mean,
We
yeah.
skipped
let's use
over.
that.
We
We
skipped
really
over the
skipped
Guys,
over
most important
that.
ones.
I love that.
people
We
buy
really
because they need something,
Yeah.
and as a business owner, and I'll speak from the other side of it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Please.
As a business owner, positioning yourself and learning how to sell your market, is very important because people need a lot of different things. And
Mm.
trust me, you are not the only person selling what they need,
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
right? So being able to, in fact, you should be the pick me of your
Mm.
set. You should be the one that stands out. You should be the one that
I think
connects.
you need to tell them that again. That is so.
Yeah, you
That
should
is
be the
something
pick me
I'm
of your
taking
set.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to stand out. You need to be able to connect with your consumers, with your customers. And you need to be able to give them what they need,
Mm.
Mm.
right? So I think need is a very
Need.
is a
Mm-hmm.
is a
Mm-hmm.
very is a
And
Mm-hmm.
would
big one.
with need, in terms of why Nigerians buy, of
Mm-hmm.
course, for a need. And I love that you brought us back
Mm,
to that.
Mm-hmm.
Need, clothing, shelter,
mm-hmm.
food.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So are you saying those industries are also very, what do I say? lately a lot of people are drifting towards the food industry a
Mm,
lot, especially post COVID. We saw a
mm,
huge rise and uptake in people coming into that industry.
mm.
Um, would you say players in these key industries of need
Mm.
are also going to enjoy potentially more credit alerts because they're satisfying a need of a
Yes,
want?
I think what has really helped a lot of businesses, and I wrote some of that in my book as a business person, being able to sell to Nigerians. What has really helped, again, technology. The fact that you guys, you talked about Temu. Is it Temu?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sorry for
We're
butchering
not
it, but
sure.
yeah, I'm
Yes,
not
but
sure.
Yeah, none of
yes.
us. I'm
So
sure
he
they'll do
talked
a
about,
campaign soon and tell
Temu
us how to
being able
pronounce it.
to reach even the the
Micro,
lowest of the
Mm-hmm.
yes.
micro of the yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so technology has made it super easy to consume,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
right? So
So the biggest catalyst, actually.
yes.
Yeah.
So as a business person, one sometimes I see, and one of the things that actually even pushed me to write this book for business owners is I'll see somebody with a really decent product, but you're
Mm.
not selling.
Hmm.
Mm.
And it's paining me that you are not selling.
Mm.
You have your product is decent.
Mm-hmm.
You can do better. Everybody can do better,
Everyone
but it's
can, yeah.
decent enough. Why are you not selling?
Mm-hmm.
And if you deep dive, it's the smallest
Things.
things that when somebody tells you, you be like, "Ah, so is this because of that?" But that is the reason why you're not making
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
money. Earlier we were talking we were talking about how they want you to now do TikTok dances.
Oh my
Guys,
goodness.
as a founder,
Mm.
I've already done the hard work of
Mm-hmm.
creating,
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
ideating, and presenting this product that I genuinely think is good
Yeah.
and ready for the market.
mm.
But you all say it's not enough. That you want
Mm-hmm.
me to come and talk about it. You
Mm-hmm.
want to see my face and you want me to come and dance on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want from me?
Timmy, how about
So
you,
so
Timmy? Like,
so
do
no,
you
I so
you don't dance on
so
TikTok?
no, I do not. I do not. And Toby, and so many people in my life
Mm,
have basically called me out. You should need to put yourself out there more. You need to, and I'm just like, I don't know that I'm ever gonna. I don't know. Like, I
mm,
can't say whether it has hurt my business or not.
mm,
And I can only say that it's a really good indication of where we are right now, our mindsets, right? Because
mhm,
remember, the real point of the questions that we're like discussing and we're talking about is what makes Nigerian
mhm,
consumers
Mm-hmm,
different.
mm-hmm.
And it just shows me because there's some amazing content creators in
oh yeah.
Nigeria online, right? Like
Amazing.
some of the ideas they come up with, I'm just like, how did you
How
How?
did you
Yeah, come
how
think
on,
of
like
how
how?
this?
and then there's that intricate like something, the things that are innate to Nigerians. There's
Mhm.
some inside jokes we all know inherently. I
Yeah.
don't really know,
Mm-hmm,
like as Nigerians, as a collective people, we know
mm-hmm,
Mhm.
what is funny. They infuse it into their contents that
Yeah.
may not necessarily appeal to an American
Yeah.
mm-hmm,
or a
mm-hmm.
British person. So we have kind of adopted that dancing on TikTok mindset from abroad, but we've made it our own.
Mhm.
And it
Mm,
works for us in our
it
Oh
own
yeah,
in
yeah,
our
yeah,
does.
own
yeah.
It actually
yeah,
probably even works so much better because
better.
I
Yes.
realize, but contrary, the reason why I always tell entrepreneurs to make sure they have a presence is because in Nigeria, I genuinely feel like
Oh,
the educational
oh
Mhm.
gap of
yeah.
Mhm.
people understanding the what, the
Yes.
Mhm.
why, the where
Yeah.
is
Yes.
so far.
If they don't see the owner.
Unfortunately,
Mhm.
we are responsible to
Yeah.
share information.
Yeah.
It's not even a case of dancing or anything.
Yeah.
It's more like I am responsible for the next 20 restaurant owners that
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
indigenous
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
next 20
Yeah.
years. So I have to kind of share,
Yeah.
speak, and they have to be able to find me a
Yeah.
little
Mhm.
bit. Like, I
Yeah.
mean,
Mhm.
our social media
Yeah.
lady, like,
Yeah.
literally just emailed us.
And
So it's that presence of knowledge gap. I really
Mm.
hate
you're
Mm.
the
you're
knowledge
so
gap.
right.
Yeah.
Let me give you a
Yeah.
perfect example. You're so right how some things are not innate to us as Nigerians, which is
Mm.
why a lot of like let's even use lifestyle or fashion brands.
Mhm.
Um we may potentially be doing a lot more content on this side of the world than they are doing abroad. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you will see Zara and H&M put content out there, but it's sometimes it's cerebral, it's high
Mhm.
fat. We don't really, it's just,
Yeah.
we, because people like e-commerce, like abroad, if
We
you're
don't
buying
put,
something, you're
Mhm.
going on the websites. In
Mhm.
Nigeria,
yes.
even do you understand? You have
Yeah.
to kind of pull your customer into
Mhm.
you. You have
Yes.
to tell them why they should buy from you.
Mhm.
So you're absolutely right.
Another
That knowledge
reason,
gap.
yes, another reason for it is also because for me, from if you want to sell to people, you have to understand the pull.
Mm-hmm.
Abroad, you might all of you, if there are 10 businesses, you're competing for 5 million consumers,
Mm-hmm.
meaning each of those 5 million consumers will choose you at
At
some
some point,
point
yeah,
to test you.
yeah,
In Nigeria, there's a million of us competing for 100,000 customers.
yeah.
And that's why we have to dance.
Wow,
And those 100,000
wow,
customers, they
yeah,
don't have that credit system.
yeah,
Boom.
So
yeah.
the
Spending
small,
power,
Cash they
it's
yeah,
more
have. When
cash.
it
That's spending
finishes,
yes,
power.
you're waiting
yes,
for the
yes,
next one.
You know,
absolutely,
Yeah.
there's a
absolutely.
chapter. I think it's chapter 10 that talks about doing more of what Nigerians love,
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and um,
I
I
saw the image.
and I wanted to relate it to what you said to me.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, in your industry,
Mm-hmm.
you don't necessarily need to dance,
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
right? But
Mm-hmm.
what do your customers, what do
Mm-hmm.
your clients
Mm-hmm.
love?
Mm-hmm.
You know, what do they like? That is what you should be doing.
Doing,
Absolutely.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And the funny thing is, they have their own way of dancing
Mm-hmm.
because they will put all these great visuals, they'll sponsor it, and someone like me will say, come and do my own. And you click. So it
Yeah.
is a form of
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. Putting
yeah,
that word
whatever
out
it
there.
is. And
Yes.
even I know a lot of people, when they hear you speak, they're
Mm.
like, who is she? Like, is she a
Mm,
strategist? I want to
mhm,
know who she is. So another reason why, I don't know, I would love to, did you talk about urgency at all in
mm.
your book? I find like
Yes.
that is
Oh
such a
yes.
big motivation.
Mm.
Oh
Yes.
my God.
Yes. Urgency. Some people do it already. You
Mm-hmm.
know, where say uh, the maybe you want to sell the item is going to the sales or it's going to end in 3 days or it's going to I don't know if that's the point you're talking on, but I'll probably touch both angles
Yes,
there.
yes. I think they're different
Yeah, so
ecosystem of what that
as a
urgent.
business owner, one of the strategies you could use to sell, you could use urgency. You can
Mm,
make um again, it should not be fake urgency. You know, if you
mm,
have 3 books left, right, make it known that you have 3 books left and it's going today. You know,
Mm-hmm.
don't say you have, you're doing sales and it's going to end tomorrow, and then you are doing sales every
week.
week.
Yes,
You
it
sales,
dilutes
sales, sales.
it
Yeah,
completely.
it
What are
just
you doing? Yeah.
exactly. And Nigerians will clock.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm,
so there's that side. There's also the side on the consumer where
I
if
need
I
it
don't get this
now.
thing now,
Mm-hmm.
if I don't
Mm-hmm.
get this thing now, it can. And again, you could use that as a business owner to sell your product,
They're great
right?
Yes.
business
Yes,
Very,
models
very
built
brilliant
yes,
out of
very
it.
strategies
fantastic.
that
TDA
yeah.
Yes, yeah.
is built
Yeah.
Oh,
out of instant.
Yeah.
he's in my book.
Mm.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Dario Aliu,
Yeah.
Yes.
fantastic guy. You know what they
I want to order cake. Fastest
what
cake.
they
Look at what
yeah
Mm.
they've done now.
Mm-hmm.
what they
Mm-hmm.
sell is not just the outfit.
Mm-hmm.
Shout
Mm-mm.
out to TDA, by the way. It's
Is that what you're wearing?
Oh, nice.
Ah, so
So
I love when
interested.
all our universes
Come
collide.
together because he's been on the pod as
yeah,
well.
yeah. Oh,
Yes.
fantastic.
Yes.
The speed
Mm.
is what they sell.
Do you
Mm-hmm.
know what
Yeah.
he said?
Well,
1 in every 3 persons
mm.
he bumps into at a wedding is
Yes,
wearing three.
is wearing TDA.
That's amazing.
Yes, because
Quite.
TDA is the guy you think of when you're thinking of your tailor. Your tailor is
Mm.
I got 2 weeks.
So
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
yeah. They're not.
psychology.
So he's become
Yeah,
a replacement. He's become an
Yes.
alternative
he's
instantly.
told
What is that psychology
speed,
he has touched on? What is that?
speed,
Speed.
Yeah.
speed was what he came to the market with.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
You would want to make an outfit, and in 24 to 48 hours, your
Mm-hmm.
outfit is ready.
Mm-hmm.
No stories.
I love
Okay.
that.
So
Mm-hmm.
we've
So
talked
yeah,
about perception,
Mm-hmm.
aspiration,
Mm-hmm.
urgency.
urgency, like
Mm-hmm.
if you definitely. So essentially, what you're saying is that there has to be something you are selling
Yeah,
to be able to allow Nigerians buy, or essentially, what's the biggest message?
you need to as a business owner, you need to understand Nigerians.
Hmm.
That
And
is
how
it.
do you understand Nigerians? Who are
It's
Nigerians?
in the book.
Mm-hmm.
You when they buy the book,
They will find
they'll
Can you
out.
find
give us a
out.
snippet of who are
They'll
Nigerians?
find out. I gave you um a little bit of how Nigerians think with
Mm-hmm.
uh, uh the story or analogy of the mints,
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
right? We're very, very, Nigerians are also very forgiving. Do you believe that?
We must be.
I
Given
would.
where
We're,
we live.
we are
What?
very.
Where we live,
I
we
mean,
must be.
We're too
Yeah.
look at our country.
Look
forgiving.
at our everything.
Too
So let's just leave it
We
at
forgiving.
are
that.
too forgiving. I mean, we
Very.
will drag you.
Yeah.
I mean, for sure.
Yeah.
Once we
But
catch you,
we'll
we'll
forgive
drag you.
you.
But we forgive him.
But we're very forgiving.
Mm-hmm.
So how can you use that?
Mm-hmm.
Leverage that.
You know.
Do you know what you just said is
Mm-hmm.
so important? And I truly hope at some point, like this podcast starts to like reach like people in government,
Mm-hmm.
decision makers,
Mm-hmm.
and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. Because one thing I said to someone today, Nigerians are good people. I'm actually getting emotional thinking about this.
Mm.
Nigerians are good people.
Mm-hmm.
If this country worked, ooh,
Ah,
because inherently, if you think of the level of crime and all the negatives we go through, imagine the country worked. How much of that will be reduced?
imagination won't kill me. Let's
Imagine,
let's
Do you know I
yeah,
have a
like what you
slightly
said.
different I have a slightly different I mean I
oh,
agree
let's
with you,
let's let, let's
but I
hear
have
that.
a slightly different perspective.
Okay.
Hmm.
I believe that there's another saying, but it basically is that necessity is the mother of invention, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's, I'm sure, a better way to say it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
We are the way we are because of the way things are,
Mm-hmm.
which
Mm.
means that if the country was working, would we still be this forgiving? Would
Mm.
we still be this industrious? Because remember,
Mm.
your average nano micro business is basically selling a need.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yes.
people in my area need peak milk.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
This person is a POS machine. And then they start
Yes.
to grow and they
Yes.
build. But
Mm-hmm.
the reason they have to do that
It's
It's
is because
because
infrastructure,
yes.
policies, things like that. Now, I
mm-hmm.
completely agree that as a people, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
you know how we're happy. You know, there was this poll one time that said Nigerians are like the happiest people because
Mm-hmm.
inherently we're just joyous and
Mm.
joyful. So, yes, maybe if
Mm.
everything was the way it should be.
Mm.
But I actually believe that one of the reasons we are forgiving, and I'll even use the example of a tailor. How many of us listening to this podcast right now have had a terrible thing delivered to them by their tailor, but they
And
still
I'll
went
go
back?
back. Oh God.
Mm.
As we keep talking, my mind keeps now kind of fine tuning itself to what I like this topic because now I'm also learning and remembering
Mm-hmm.
why do Nigerians buy? Why do Nigerians buy? And I'm putting myself in that position. And one of the things that has helped us wise is referrals.
Yeah.
Like the power. I feel like Nigerians buy through referrals. Like
Yeah.
the amount of people I've called, like I'm renovating the house. Someone goes, "Do you have a contractor?" "Oh, don't worry, I have this person, this person, this person." I don't even know that I ever go on someone's IG or website to send to the person. It's straight contact.
Yeah.
So I would say that's probably another psychology that affects how Nigerians buy. And why
Absolutely.
Yeah.
is that? Is that trust?
There's trust is also a big thing actually.
Mm-hmm.
Again, there's a chapter in the book
What chapter is that one? I
actually.
love
There's a
it.
chapter in the book that says Nigerians can be your billboard.
Are you not proud of us? We have all
Mm.
As
these topics without
in
reading this book.
Yeah, we're locked
I
yeah,
in.
yeah,
cannot
y'all
wait
are
to,
locked in. Yeah, so
yeah.
Nigerians can be your billboard.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Nigerians can be your
What
billboard.
your friend will tell you about a product
Mm-hmm.
is 100 times better than what you see on any ad
Hmm.
of that product.
That's true.
So
Very
right,
true.
so as a business person, right, it's and one person that does this really well. I wrote about it in the book. I don't know if you guys know the nail boutique.
Yes.
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 Abby.
Yes.
Yes. Who owns now boutique?
Her name is
Yeah,
Abby.
Abby.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know the person, but I
Uh,
go there a lot, but I don't know.
I've never seen an ad on nail boutique personally. I
Mm.
go there, but somehow everybody,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and it's from oh yeah, nail boutique, or you
Wedding.
take you do your nail, and then you post you put
I would
the
actually
nail
say
boutique
that's
and stuff.
most of the nail shops.
Mm-hmm.
Like
They
Mm-hmm.
really
True.
like
play. They really.
True.
just the fact that your her customers
Mm-hmm.
just love the service.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
They are her billboards, and she
Mm-hmm.
has
Yeah.
hacked that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny.
It's
My
similar to your industry. Like when
yes,
whenever we have guests here,
yes.
like
I, I,
and they would always say they've referred like 15 people. Like most of your clients are
Yeah,
from
I was
referrals.
about to say probably 90% of them are from referrals,
Yeah.
and
Mm,
it's kept us afloat, and it really goes back to that trust thing that you
mm.
said, and I
Mm.
think it still goes back further to what we were discussing a little bit earlier about like the uniqueness of Nigerians
Oh yeah,
psychology,
Mm.
yeah.
because we've been burnt many
Oh
times.
yeah.
So we'd love
Mm.
for you to
Ah,
please help us
actually,
prevent that from
you
happening
know what?
Mm.
again.
I understand. This one I
Yes, it
understand.
makes sense. We
Ah,
we
being
love
burnt is
we love
painful.
a referral in this
Scams.
country, right? Because
Painful.
you can absolutely avoid heartache if you just have a
Mm-hmm.
friend refer
I can
something
never
to you.
forget the day I
Yeah.
had to go and catch one babe that
Ah,
scammed me.
my
No,
dear.
guys, we planned for her. A bunch of us came together and we caught her,
Oh
took
my
her to the police
goodness. Oh
station. It
my
was a real
goodness.
movie. So,
There's a story. Again, I go back to the book.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's a story in the book about a pastor.
Mm-hmm.
a very, popular. It was quite popular,
Mm-hmm.
at the time in Lekki here. I will
Mm.
not mention the church.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot wait to read this
Yeah,
book.
but the he at the height of his doings, he was go and read it. Ah,
Give
no,
us
he's
small.
no the
Give,
scam,
give
the
them small
scam,
taster
the
so they
scam.
read
No,
this
at
book.
the height of his doings, he was booking the entire civic center
Mm-hmm.
Gown,
for his wife's baby shower.
gown.
While selling. Ah, no, no, no,
We'll
no,
read the
no, no,
book.
no, no,
Read the
no.
book,
See,
guys.
there's gist inside this book. Oh. No, so every Nigerian
But
has
do
Mm-hmm.
you know he
either.
can go and ask for money again, and Nigerians will give him their money again
See,
and
that's
again
that's the thing
and
about
again.
greed. Nigerians can be very greedy.
But
That's
from
the main
his
thing.
perspective, what about the perspective of the people
Oh,
who
girl,
give
let's not even get
again?
into the
Mm,
psychology of
Do you
like
understand?
not
Because
mm,
they are
that
buying into something. So what is that
he's promising he
psychology? Is it a
because
promise? Is
yeah.
it
mm. You know how we also can be easily forgiven. There's that
Yes, he said.
he will
Mm-hmm.
mm,
come, he'll just be like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
devil?
just
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's that. There's Nigerians are just a very, very funny.
We're so unique. We're
Why
so unique, and we're
Yeah.
so multifaceted because
set of people.
As we're talking, I'm smiling because whenever I tell people I don't understand the data of Nigeria, they think I'm being funny. But I can tell you, today they'll buy this, tomorrow they might not buy it.
Mm-hmm.
absolutely, my
And
dear.
people genuinely think I'm being funny. But what I'm trying to explain to them is our consumerism pattern.
Mm.
Mm,
I'm still like, you can have data all you
Mm-hmm.
want, but it
Mm-hmm.
can change
You
like
can't
that.
trend
mm-hmm.
it. You
You
can't really
can't, that's
trend
the word.
it
Mm-hmm.
I can't trend it.
because things change all the
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
time with
Mm-hmm.
us,
The only thing
especially.
I realized that moves us is little things like price or
Mm,
change.
Mm, mm-hmm,
Nigerians
mm-hmm,
don't like when you change on them too quickly
mm,
and
mm,
not for the better.
mm-hmm.
mm.
So that's one thing I've noticed
Do you know
in the
what?
restaurant.
Let me even ask. So when you say like, Nigerians don't like when we change it on them too much and I feel like Nigerians are kind of also emotional buyers,
Yeah.
I would
right?
say that for sure.
Yes.
Sometimes you buy with your heart, your
Yeah. Then we
pride.
justify
I've
later.
just, then you now
Yeah.
justify
Mm-hmm.
it later. It's not like you really needed it. So
Yeah.
Why is that? Is that the cultural
what do
influence?
you think?
I mean, I think it's that is more of a human thing,
Mm,
right? A
the
lot of
pride.
times, a lot of times, you want something, you want it, right?
So your
Mm,
head is shaking. You're already
Yeah,
like them. Like, what do you
you
mean?
want
Like,
it, right? That's the babes will say, um, yeah, but it was on sale.
sale.
mm,
What do you mean it was on sale? It was on sale. You want it. It's a
Mm,
it's a human thing, and as a business person, you can definitely tap into um
mm,
that part of us being human and being Nigerian.
mm-hmm,
That's in order to sell right,
mm,
you need to understand
stand.
the people that you're selling
mm-hmm,
Gotcha.
to.
mm-hmm,
Brings me to next a
mm-hmm.
quick question.
Mm,
Would you say different social classes
mm.
also have different psychology towards procurement, or is it relatively the same?
No, I mean, again, there's one that is general.
Mm-hmm.
There's the general, but for example, if there's some goods and services that are high ticket,
Mm.
highly priced. They're not
Mm-hmm.
for the general
They're not
market,
Mm-hmm.
easily
Mm-hmm.
accessible,
right?
yeah?
Yeah, and then there's ones for everybody. So
Mm-hmm.
depending on the kind of product you're selling and who you're selling to, there's a different approach, right?
Yes. So if the approach is different, I
Yeah.
guess my wonder is, if I have 1,000 naira
Hmm.
and I have 100,000 naira,
Hmm.
are we inherently different, or are we buying the same? It's just relative to what we can afford. Do you guys understand my
I
Yes,
get,
I
I
get,
question?
get
I
you.
get it.
What do you guys think?
So I'll put it this way.
Hmm.
The first part of your question was, do you think that your socioeconomic like status or
Yes.
level
Yes.
impacts? Yes, I do think that there's a certain level or class that you get to
Yes.
that will impact the way you consume,
Yeah.
right? But let
Okay,
me
fine.
answer
100%.
the
That's
second.
that's
Yeah.
good. I like that
Yeah.
answer.
The
So the
second
second
part
one,
is
yeah.
is the funnier one to me,
Mm-hmm.
because if somebody in a specific socioeconomic bracket
Mm-hmm.
suddenly acquires 10 times the amount of wealth they had yesterday,
Yeah.
they will spend it the same way they spent the 10 naira.
Got it.
Yeah.
So is the same psychology
It's the
of
same
buying. It's just
psychology.
relative to affordability.
Yes.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
Fantastic.
I
You put that real well.
Yeah, you really
Thank
did. I
you.
really needed to understand. Um, so do you think we like steady alert? Why do we like it
Oh,
here over the
money.
West? What is the
We
problem?
need
Because in the West, you're
money.
not checking your account.
We need cash. That's why.
Money stops nonsense. I mean, money stops
Cash.
nonsense, right? So everybody, everybody wants,
Yeah.
credit a lot. No, nobody wants debits. No
Ugh.
more debit. Nobody wants debit. Credit a lot is a thing. And if you're a business person as well,
Mhm.
your credit alert doesn't only mean that you're making money for yourself, but you're making money
Mm.
for the people you're catering to,
Too. Yeah,
right?
I
So
Mm,
like that.
many families depend
Mm.
on your
mm,
success,
That's true.
right? You think you're feeding your staff. No, you're
Mhm.
feeding your staff and your staff's family,
I pay
right?
school
Well,
fees.
Yeah. So
that's if you're a good person. Let me just
I'm
put
yeah,
that
paying
you know.
caveat out
15
there.
people's
Well,
school
I mean,
I
fees
as
know.
right
long as you're
now.
paying
Mm.
that one person
Yeah.
that one
Yes, it's
person's
Yeah.
salary,
working.
that person is
Yeah.
taking
Yes,
care of
for
people. So
sure.
Yeah.
you are
Essentially,
exactly.
yes.
Yeah.
So credit alert is
It's a way of
very
life. Yeah.
important.
It's a way of life,
It's a
It's
way
a
yeah.
of
way of
life.
life. It stops
Is it a way of
rubbish.
life around the world?
It's a way of life around the world. So
Fair.
Mm.
it is a way of life around the world, because at the end of the day, we we don't use faith
Mm.
Mm,
to pay for things.
yeah.
Do
But
you
we
know?
here, you people have just
But
attached the phone.
But
Pim,
do you know
the
why?
alert.
Do you know why
Pim,
I think
the
it's?
alert.
I think it's interesting when I
Yeah.
ever think about credit alerts, right? Because you bank abroad and then you
Mm,
get an email sometimes if there's a transaction, but
yeah.
we don't get credit alerts.
Mm,
So the
Yes.
banking industry has understood that the mentality of Nigerians is that
mm.
you
Is
must
this
see your money entering.
Yeah.
money?
You
So
must
why
see
Yes.
it
is that?
entering
You
because
must
they
see
know
your
that we are a
money.
cash society, like we are a cash
Yes.
forward society. We operate on the money coming in.
Do you think it's
Mm-hmm.
just that? Or there's also the worry of don't get scammed?
I
See
mean,
your money immediately.
I don't.
I mean,
Do you think it's
on
really just
the scam part, I think that's from the consumer part, right? Because at the end of the day,
Yes.
it's the consumer that's paying,
yeah,
right?
that's what I
So
mean. So as a
usually,
business, you
usually,
Mm-hmm.
need to see the alert so that someone is not scamming you.
no, well, I guess on both sides, because
Yeah.
I'm sure every Nigerian knows, either has been scammed or knows somebody that has been
You
scammed.
scammed.
You know, that girl that ordered, that wig from one Instagram person, paid the money, she has sent, that person has received
The
the
alerts and
alert,
then they disappear.
and yeah, they disappear. So, and you put it very well to me as
Mm-hmm.
well, because that's, we're cash first,
Mm.
right? We're cash first. The fact that you see that it drops, and okay, it has
So you
gone
think
down, it
that's
has
the
dropped.
main
That's one thing that is really, really big. I think it's very important.
Do you think it would ever change? Do you think it would ever have a balanced cash credit country eventually? And I'm not saying in the next
Mm.
five, I'm talking maybe in the next 20 to 30 years. You're in fintech. Do you think your industry would ever kind of migrate from the
Um,
current,
I
what's the
mean,
word?
Mm.
so
Transactional system we work through?
it's it's good for business on the long run.
Mm.
It's really, really fantastic for business,
The
right?
current,
It's like, I mean, being able to have a good
a
credit
balance,
system, right?
yeah.
Being able to give loans to people,
Mm.
it's fantastic, because
Mm-hmm.
you make good money on your rates.
Hmm.
But as a human being, mm, eh, that credit system, man, is very dangerous.
It is.
It's
Yeah.
very, very
It
dangerous.
is.
You're
Yeah.
spending money that you don't have, not sure
Yeah.
whether you can
Mm-hmm.
pay it back or not.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about student loans, for example.
Mm.
There's so many people that are married,
And still paying their student
they
loans.
have kids, their kids are grown, and they're still paying student loan,
Yes.
right? Money that, yeah, you pay now, you collect it now, pay later, and things
Mm.
like that, right? So those are the pitfalls of a system like that. And it just allows people to consume.
Yeah, it
Mm.
does. I actually
And that in
wonder,
itself is already
Yeah.
dangerous for a country
like
that is
this.
built
I
Yeah.
was
on
going to say, I
consumerism.
don't
We don't
know
even
that we need.
manufacture a lot.
I don't think that we need a
I
credit. Well,
I don't think
yes, I don't think that
so.
we need it
Yeah.
because
I don't even want.
in
Yeah.
in my research with like just working with small businesses, banks will tell you that the biggest defaulters on loans are small businesses.
Oh
Like they don't
yeah.
Yes,
like
for sure.
they almost see the money as free,
Mhm.
Yes.
and then they just disappear.
It brings me to
Mhm.
ask maybe one of the final questions we'll
Okay.
ask you. What was the psychology behind for you?
Mhm.
I understand the credit alert one.
Mhm.
What was the psychology behind PiggyVest? What were you guys trying to sell to Nigerians? And
So
did you sell it well?
so many people again they know PiggyVest because PiggyVest is the success story, right?
Mm.
And sometimes people ask me, "Oh, how did you guys come up with something like that so grand?" No, we didn't go to the mountain and fast and pray for 40
Mm.
Mm.
days. No, um, it was all from a tweet. Someone,
Mhm.
Hmm.
yeah, somebody had tweeted she had saved 1,000 naira every day for a year
Mhm.
inside Kolo,
Mhm.
right? And she broke it and then she put it on Twitter. And you know, Joshua had seen that, and Joshua had now, made a tweet about um, us doing something about that, and we were actually working on another project
Product.
before, yeah, another product. So 2 weeks down the line, Somto had built a first product, and we went back to the person
Tweeted.
that tweeted up like, "Ah, see, oh, we have this one. You can try to start
Mhm.
using it."
Mhm.
Um, and it just grew from there. People just kept talking about it. But one thing that has we've helped people do, and that's one of the joys for me, what they didn't think they were going to be
Got
able
it.
to do.
So that's the.
Right? So many people didn't think were going to buy cars, or they were going to be able to afford to pay their school fees, or they were going to be
Mm.
able to move, houses and live in a
So
better
you turned
space.
Ajo and Kolo.
Into tech.
So just
Mhm.
people want to save, but habits
Mm.
won't allow. Yeah,
Habits.
it didn't allow them. But with a tool that just helps you do what you really want
Want
to
to
do,
do.
right? People have been able to meet those goals, and that is
So what
the
you
joy.
guys did was you found it wasn't a need as in survival need, but it was a major want
Yes, people
that
wanted
now
to.
became
I
Mhm.
a
really want to
want
Mhm.
do this, but I
Mhm.
this.
just don't somehow I can't
Mhm.
achieve
Mhm.
Mm.
that
Mhm.
goal.
And what you also
Mhm.
did was you added a layer of trust because
Trust
it's no
is the
longer
biggest thing.
Ajo. I can now see
Yeah.
directly. I
Yeah.
can. So you guys
Trust
took all
is
the
the
different
biggest thing.
elements of
Yeah.
Mhm.
what we've spoken about
Mhm.
today
Mm.
and
Mhm.
turned it to a product.
It's the biggest
Mhm.
thing. Trust is the biggest thing. They're dealing with people's money.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So essentially, what we're saying is to understand and sell to Nigerians, you need to have a plethora or a range of different elements put into one. So you have to understand the people.
Hmm.
Do they want to buy from trust? Is it reliability? Is it
Mm.
Hmm.
Are they
urgency?
trying to show off?
Are
Is
they
it
trying to
Mm.
show off?
perception?
Is it
Is
Hmm.
it
ego? Is it
yeah?
Hmm.
perception?
Exactly.
So pick one or pick a couple.
Well, so as anybody that runs a business or a small business, big business, however, I've said this before. If you want to sell to Nigerians, you need
Mm.
to understand the way Nigerians think,
Mhm.
what makes them bring out their money,
Hmm.
Mhm.
and how to make them choose you over every other person,
Oof.
Mm.
right? And it's all in this book.
Got it. We
Right?
got it.
It's all in this book. So yeah,
I'm
I really
actually looking
enjoyed writing
forward
I'm
it.
to
looking forward to
reading
reading
it
it.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Yes.
And
It's again, it's not a if you're looking for a Harvard type, book. This is
Five
not the one.
strategies
Yeah,
to
no, this
yeah.
sell.
is just
Mm.
uh
Real life.
yeah, very easy. It's a very
Mm.
easy read.
Mhm.
You
But
can.
guess what?
Mhm.
You just apply the psychology of how to sell to Nigerians by doing
Yes.
it exactly like that.
Yeah.
Yes,
There's nothing
yes.
we love more than gist.
Mhm.
I find that the things that make the most waves
Mm,
and makes the most noise and people really like debate and
mm,
Mhm.
stuff are gist.
mhm,
Mhm.
So you could tell Nigerians right now that a bridge fell down and it's because the water on at the bottom of the bridge dropped to a certain level. Nobody cares.
mm,
Tell them their beautiful babe from Big Brother
mm.
just, I don't know, tripped on a road
Mm,
somewhere,
mm,
everybody will ask, where was the road? What street was
mm,
it? Was there
mhm,
pothole? See my
Mm.
baby as she fresh. Like they
mhm,
will like we
mhm.
would debate
Yeah.
that. So I love that you also apply that to the book.
Oh
It
yeah.
comes back to us realizing that he is truly a salesman because
Yeah.
while he's here to tell us about credit alert and we're here discussing the psychology of how Nigerians
Mhm.
buy, he has told us in his book it's not like a Harvard, like big words. It's
No.
Yeah.
very gisty, very laid
Yeah.
back, and
Yeah.
that's exactly why Nigerians will buy it.
And I think it is also why they will read it
Mm-hmm.
and understand it
Mm-hmm.
because,
Mm.
sometimes applying the simplest strategies,
Mm.
you just have to communicate it like simply. Like
Yeah.
sometimes you're throwing people off with big
Oh
words,
yeah.
big ideas,
Yeah.
big
Mm-hmm.
what are theories.
Mm.
Just tell me how I need to apply this to my business.
Yeah.
And you're
Yes.
doing it in a way that is very inclusive, right?
Yeah.
So people who went to Harvard all the way down to anybody who is
Yes.
just trying to start from scratch, they will
Yes.
understand the book.
Who
Yeah.
would you? Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
I was thinking of buying it for my staff to read,
Mm-hmm.
and I want you to be very honest.
Mm-hmm.
Who would benefit more from reading this, me, the employer, or the employees?
Um, that question, Salem King,
King, I like Salem King.
that said, um, and I'm just paraphrasing, something about whoever is working in your business should see the fact that they can achieve theirs by working in yours.
Hmm.
I'm paraphrasing, but
Mm-hmm.
basically,
Mm-hmm.
um, I'm working for you now,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
right? But because of how it's done, I believe that I can do mine in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I need
Mm.
to see a pathway
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
by working for you,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you are growing people. You are
Mm-hmm.
so everybody that aspires to own a business or that already has one
Mm-hmm.
Sure read it.
will benefit from this book.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
I am taking it even on a school tour
Fantastic.
for university
Yeah, I
students
think that's a
Mm.
good place to
because
start.
yes, we
For
need
sure.
to start early before.
Mm-hmm.
Before they enter, they should
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
understand.
Yeah,
yes,
Yes.
there should
yes.
be, I think that there should be actual courses on entrepreneurship.
I think
Mhm.
all of us need to have our businesses, our case studies in
Yeah,
different universities
yeah,
in this country.
We
yeah,
need to
That is the
speak
goal.
yeah,
more. We
Yes.
need to we need to
In the
we need to talk
yeah,
educational
more.
level.
yeah.
We need to
Yeah.
talk more. We need real life case studies. No,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is how it happened. This is what we did. This
Guys,
is
I don't
what we
even know
didn't
what they
do.
teach in schools these days. I don't.
Calculus.
Okay.
Oh,
Thank you
coding.
Well,
so
yeah.
much, Ayo.
Thank
Thank you
you.
Like this
guys
has
so.
been
Oh
This
my
was
so
god, I had so
fun.
amazing.
much
This was so
fun.
Guys, make
amazing.
sure you
I
read
had so much fun.
and procure a copy of Credit
Well,
Alert.
yes,
I
we'll
will
have
let Ayo tell
details.
us the
Yes.
details of where you can grab one from after
Mm-hmm.
this.
Yes.
But don't
Mm-hmm.
forget to like, share, and subscribe to Totally on Brand. I've learned a lot today.
So
You
have
guys,
I.
you guys just seeing strategy, just be buying the house there. You'll be wondering where is it coming from. Joking. But yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much for
It
Thank
was
being
you
here
such a
so
today.
much.
treat.
Thank you, Temi
Yeah.
Tolu.
Can't
Thank
You
you
wait
want
to
to
guys
tell
dive
so
into
them
the
much.
book.
how to
Oh,
get the book?
okay, guys. So you can get a copy of my book, Credit Alert, the easiest way to sell to Nigerians. That's what it teaches you. You can get it on www.readca.com. www.readca.com. Also, knowledge is not enough sometimes. Businesses need real support. So, what I'm doing as well is I'm doing what I call the Credit Alert Business Grant, right? The business
Hmm.
grant worth 10 million naira,
Ooh.
right? A bunch of stuff is in there. Really, really good. So, but it's only for the readers of the book. Uh, so please make sure you apply for the grant, and you get emails on what you should do next. But I'm looking forward to supporting a lot of business owners in Nigeria. All right, guys.
Amazing.
And thank you. We will also share details of the
Yes.
grant with you
Mhm.
on top.
Yes.
We'll get that from Ayo and share. And
Yeah.
please let it be someone from top that wins this 10 million
Woo
naira.
woo.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much for
Thank
spending
you,
time with
guys.
Thank
us.
you.
Yes.
Thank you so much, guys.
All right. Till next
Bye.
Bye.
time. Bye.